Hello everyone, Brian and PS4 Trophies, and welcome to the Evil Within 2. I'm going to show you the location of all 115 collectibles, plus 7 coffee maker locations as well. First one's in Chapter 2, there's nothing in Chapter 1. It's our first of 11 slides. It's on the center of this table. Now quick note here, all these collectibles are missable. There's no chapter select or anything, so if you're following this guide, don't worry, you'll get all of them, but some of them you can lock yourself out of if you don't do specific things. So I'll call to action whenever that instance occurs. But that's our first slide. Now you gotta find all 11 of them. However, you don't get the trophy for just simply finding them. You actually have to talk to Kidman. So when you get a slide, you go to the projector here in Sebastian's room, which you can travel to from any safe house throughout the world. And then you just come here, go to the slide, and you input it in there, and then you can talk to Kidman. Now our first file, first of 40 is in Chapter 2. You're going to come into this room. You'll recognize it because a lot of strange things are going on in here, and I'm not talking about the wallpaper on the wall. So here you're going to see a kind of a scene play out with a video camera, a little slow motion replay. Now in the back left corner of this room is an exit that's going to take us to a kitchen, and inside of there is where we're going to find our first file.
Sadistic. Whoever did this must have enjoyed it.
Alright, so after that we're going to go up to the staircase here. We're going to actually return here in just a moment. It'll look a little different when we return, but we're going to go up to the second floor landing. Now turn to the right here, and don't go up the stairs yet. Turn left and go duck under this gate, crouch under here, and you'll see the file sitting right on the corner of this table. So now that we've picked that up, we're going to continue onwards, and eventually you're going to be back down here on the first floor, and you can see the staircase ahead. It's a little trippier here, but we're not going to go up the staircase. Instead, we're going to go to this hall down to the right. You saw this door just slammed shut. I should probably have turned my flashlight on. There we go. So now we're going to go and hop over this table, and the file will be just to our left after you do that. We got a couple more files here in Chapter 2.
What's on here?
A little bit later on, you're going to get the knife. The survival knife. You can do one-hit kills if you can sneak up and do a stealth attack on most enemies. And you're also going to be damaged. The game is going to kind of introduce you to syringes. A bit of a tutorial thing going on in here. Now we're going to find 2 files in this room. First, let's pick up the medical syringe. Hold L1 again. It's kind of a little tutorial here. Can assign it to a shortcut. I ended up assigning it down on my D-pad. All right, so before you exit the front door, which is right there, go in through the side door here to the left. Inside of this office, straight in front of you, is a little journal. So pick that up. That is number 4. Now the next one, number 5, this is going to kind of, I guess this is story related. I guess you can't miss it at all. But as soon as you try leaving this building, you're going to grab an item. So the front door is here. Let's go ahead and open this. And the game also told you that you can hit the touchpad and you can view all your files from the menu. Now there are collectibles and mysterious objects. They're secret objects which won't appear there. You don't see them in any menu. They're not tracked anywhere. There are 40 files, 32 keys, 8 mysterious objects, 11 slides, and then 24 residual memories. So this file, as you're going to see here, you just pull out of your pocket. So it's automatic. You can't miss it. But we're going to head into Chapter 3 where the largest percentage of collectibles will occur. So in Chapter 3, as you approach it at the very end of that previous chapter, you're going to reach a safe house. Now each safe house is going to have a coffee maker. There's a trophy for using all coffee makers. Drinking coffee is going to completely refill your health. However, once you've used the coffee maker, it has a 20-minute timer before you can use it again. But if at any time you feel like you're low on health, travel back to a safe house and drink some coffee. Alright, so still in Chapter 3, we're going to leave the safe house and we're going to get our first of 32 locker keys. And this is going to be across the street from the safe house, and you're going to see a statue. All the keys are inside of statues. You got to break them open. Once you do, it'll reveal the key. You got to take the key. Now again, finding all 32 of them isn't enough. You have to actually open the locker. You can find those in when you get into the wheelchair at Sebastian's place. All right, so file number 6 is going to be from that previous location. We're just going to go into the visitor center here, and we're going to see it right on the counter here at the reception desk. There is also one in the basement. However, we can't do it until we progress the side quest of this area far enough. So quick note, complete that side quest early as much as you can. It's the Rogue Signal side quest. Now if we go to the building just to the right of the visitor center, you'll see a church. There's going to be a bunch of enemies here that I've already cleared out, but if you go behind the altar here in the middle, you're going to see the statue. So go ahead and break that open for our, well, don't whiff like I did. Go ahead and take that key. Now we're going to find another file, and this is actually going to be the building just to the left of the visitor center. So to the right was the church, there's the visitor center. Here to the left you see some stairs going up. These stairs will take you to a yellow ladder. Why all the ladders in this game are yellow are beyond me, but once you get to the roof, come all the way over here, you see a soldier sitting here, so we're going to investigate him, take the file that he has, which is a communicator. There's also a sniper rifle right next to him, so make sure you pick that up as well. You do have to repair it. Alright, so a little bit further to the left of the visitor center in that building we're just on is the supermarket. This is our first residual memory. I didn't quite understand what was going on here initially, but you get close enough and you'll see these shadowy figures. So if you get close enough with your communicator open, you hit the triangle button to open it, and then you can tune it. And then the little kind of scene plays out, you get some story elements there. And that is our first residual signal. Our second one is going to be part of the Rogue Signal side quest. And we're going to find that in this house. It's just kind of behind the church. So you enter this house. I kind of wandered around the house for a few minutes before I realized you just got to go to the back. Come in here and you'll see the two shadowy figures. Get close enough you can tune it. And that is going to be our second residual memory. Now we're going to find a locker key. From that same house, where we got the residual memory, going through the next door, and you're going to see a hatch. So we're going to open this thing up. Now what you're going to do is you're going to make your way to the end. I'm not going to walk through the entire thing. You get to the end, you get the shotgun. Now once you've gotten the shotgun, you're going to make your way back out the way from which you came, and you're going to cross these elevators here. This time, however, as you're coming back, two guys are going to bust out of it, and it's going to leave the door open. So we're going to go peek in there and find another statue, and we're going to pick up our third locker key. So you see there the location on the map. Alright, so next up we're going to do another residual memory. This is going to be by the auto repair shop. So we're going to go in here, we're going to go to the back office. You see some shadow action going on in the back there. So let's go in that room, whip out our communicator, get close enough and we can hold to tune in. And there's the memory. Now there's a electrical panel on the wall where we just were. If you activate it, it'll lift this lift up, giving you access into a hatch yet again. So we're going to go drop down. And just ahead, not very far, we're going to find another residual memory. Now, I do want to remind you, make sure you're doing the side quest. If you don't do the side quest before you complete the main quest, you will be locked out of it. But from that location, continue traveling underground here through this tunnel. And we're going to find a file just ahead. You see this door here. You can enter in an access code, which is going to be 9676. It'll open it up and you get some goodies in here. However, there's no collectibles in there, so go back out and go across the hall. You see the red door. We're going to go in there, and that's where we're going to find file number 8. Alright, so next up we got another locker key here. This is actually, we're back at the street level. We're back outside. There's the auto repair shop. I'm going to immediately turn around, and there is a statue behind the statue. So break this open for locker key number 4. All right, so locker key number 5. We're actually kind of in the top left corner of the map. There's a garage here. There was something of importance here. I think maybe sniper rifle parts. I don't remember. I don't recall. But to the left of the garage, right here in the corner, is another statue and another whiff on my part. All right, so another residual memory. We're going to find this by the safe house. There's 2 safe houses in this area. One in the south, one in the north. In order to get into the safe house, you need a shock bolt, and you need to activate this electrical panel, which will lift the garage door. Once you lift the garage door, you'll see the memory just in front there. So again, it's triangle to take out your communicator, but you can't do it until you're close enough. But be careful, this guy's going to get up off the ground here, interrupting you, so you're going to have to take him out. Go ahead, shotgun blast to the face. Now you're clear to do the memory. Now the safe house door is just to my left. So let's go ahead in there real quick and get coffee maker number 2. Again, you need to use all the coffee makers in the game in all 7 safe houses. See it right here. There is also one other collectible in here. You can see the safe house once again on the map. File number 9. It's going to be right here on the desk. We'll start chapter 4 in here, so we're just going to leave there, and then we'll have to come back there. Locker key number 6. I'm on the top right corner of the map, the pit stop. The main storyline takes you back here, but it doesn't take you to the very back of the building. So go ahead and look up in the corner and shoot down the statue to grab the key. Now just a little south of there, right before you hit the road, there's going to be another locker key. It's right out in the open. It's right here on the sign. Might as well save the ammo and melee it. Alright, so just a little south of there, you can see my orange location and where I'm going to go with the yellow location marker, the waypoint. We're going to go in this house. This is a very trippy house. A lot of kind of weird things go on in here, but we're going to find our 10th file in the garage. So come around to the back, go in through this door. And grab that file. Now from here, the doors are going to lock the house. You have to complete this sequence, this event. You're going to have to come in and interact with the TV. Now once you've done, go into the bedroom back over here and we'll find file number 11. Alright, so now you're going to be kind of transported in this alternate kind of world thing, and you're going to be standing in front of that mirror. You're going to come down this long hallway. So keep running. At the end of this, I promise you will get your second slide. Remember, you got to put all the slides in the projector in Sebastian's room. You don't have to do it right away. You could just save them all up until the end if you'd like. Alright, so now we got our first mystery object, and it is a Quake Easter egg. Bethesda put in an Easter egg for each of their main game series, and this is the Quake one. This is the mysterious object, the first of 8 that we're going to find, and it's going to be on the roof of this house. So you're going to jump over that fence, climb up the yellow ladder, across these planks, these boards right here on the roof in the front left corner. Is going to be a Quake Easter egg. Probably recognize that rocket launcher. Alright, so now file number 12. This is an anima event as well. So in this house, if you pick up this journal that we're going to find in the table, on a table, is going to trigger an entire anima, I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it. So I'll just call it an anima event number 1. There's 3 of them in the game. You have to do all 3 of them for, well, a trophy, as well as for some collectibles later in the game, which you'll be locked out of. Now, I am in that event. This is the very end. A lot of weird, trippy things happen in here. You're going to be stalked. But once you make your way out on that same table in the same exact location as the previous journal is going to be our 3rd slide.
What was that thing?
Remember, that's anima event number 1. But if you're following this guide, don't worry, you're not going to miss out on any of them. All right, so mysterious object number 2 is a Wolfenstein Easter egg. This is actually in the trucking yard. Attached to the trucking yard area is a warehouse. You do not want to go in there until you get every other collectible in this chapter. But once you get, if you come to this trucking yard, in the back of this truck, we're going to open it up and we're going to find the Wolfenstein Easter egg. Again, make sure you get all other collectibles before you go inside that warehouse that's right next door. If you do that, you'll complete the chapter, you'll move on, you'll miss out on some stuff. So I'm leaving the trucking yard because I don't have all the collectibles. Now I'm going back to the Rogue Signal side quest. Again, make sure you complete this. In the Visitor Center, which we were at previously in the beginning of this chapter, you're going to find in the basement another residual memory. Now once that's completed, in the same room is file number 13. So in the basement of the Visitor Center is going to be the residual memory as well as file number 13. You have to do the memory as part of the side quest.
Must be Ryan's.
Alright, so now I'm going to head all the way to the left side of the map. This is the train yard. Now there's 3 collectibles in this area. Locker key number 8 is our first one we're going to do. So you're going to see this overturned vehicle. Right behind it, pinned between the train and the vehicle, is the statue. So break that open. Now from this location, if we just immediately turn around, we're going to go in the closest train car and then head to the front. This is a mysterious object number 3. It's a Dishonored Easter egg. See it right there. Pick up that mysterious mask. Alright, so now we're going to find a memory. So from that statue we broke open with the overturned vehicle, so exit the train and then travel all the way down, and we're going to jump into the other train now, all the way up front, however, and we're going to find another memory here. Again, make sure you get all the collectibles, make sure you complete the side quest before you go into the truck yard warehouse building.
Quiet. The thing chasing me. Was it a ghost? I can't deal with this.
Now, I didn't realize this at first, but don't open your communicator until you get close enough, just because you walk too slow with it. So tune it up. Alright, so file number 14 is in the truck yard warehouse. I did everything else that I could do. I got all the other collectibles. Now that I'm in the warehouse, you're going to eventually climb up a yellow ladder. So once you're up here, go and walk the catwalk here, first door here on your left. Open it up. You'll find the file number 14 on the left-hand side there. Alright, so now that you've completed Chapter 3, you have access to the shooting range. So if you go back to Sebastian's room, this door is going to now be here. You don't have to do this now, but at some point during the game before you get to the end, you're going to have to visit the shooting range. It has 2 modes, gallery mode and the chain attack mode. If you don't want to know anything about this or don't want to watch this, skip to 21:53 on the timeline. But in the gallery mode, you need to score 2,500 points on the very hard difficulty. You get rewards based on your score, based on the difficulty that you play. On the very hard difficulty, with a score of 25 or higher, you will get a locker key as a reward. Each of these shooting modes has 1 locker key you can win. So this is the gallery mode, shooting that little rat that popped up there. There was a high point value with that, as well as this shadowy, not really shadowy, but this white assassin figure you'll see here in just a moment. There was a slow time stopwatch you saw on the back that slows down time briefly. Here's the shadow figure. Now, I do have a separate video on this if you do want to watch and want more information about the shooting range there. But on very hard difficulty, you got to score 2,500 points. That's in the gallery mode. Now, the chain attack mode. I'm going to show you this real quick. You can just see I earned the locker key. Now you have to score 70,000 points or higher. Again, I have a separate video on this that might be a little bit more helpful and useful if you're struggling with this. But the basic premise here is you're going to have to shoot these. Every time you shoot one, it's going to destroy all similar colored objects. There's 3 colors right here: black, blue, and red. Purple will be introduced here in just a moment. If you get a combo of 12 or more of the same color, it will drop an hourglass. The hourglass will give you both points as well as 5 additional seconds. So the key to this is going to be getting the time bonuses. And it gets a lot more difficulty once they start introducing the purple. It's harder. Here comes the purple. It's harder to get the combos set up. So right now I'm just kind of shooting the colors just to try to get things matched up as best as possible. Easier said than done. Took me about 20-25 minutes to actually get the 70,000 points required on the very hard difficulty to get the locker key. Now, you don't have to do this now. You can do this later. But after you've completed Chapter 3 is the first time in which you can actually enter the shooting range. But since you do need all 32 locker keys, you will have to do this. Match up some blues there. See if we have time to match up some reds. There we go. When you see them shaking, that's when you know you have enough in a row to do a combo. Get the black ones. Now I'm running kind of low on time. We hit the 70,000 point marker though, so we got enough for the locker key. So there we go. That was the chain attack mode. Again, the shooting range doesn't become available until after Chapter 3. You can do it at any time. You can return back here at any time. Just use the mirrors to travel to and from this room. So let's go to Chapter 4. Remember that safe house I showed you in the north in that last section? From that location, you got to interact with the computer, the red computer. That'll take you to this new location. Go exit out of it and go through these yellow double doors here to the right. Inside of here is going to be a file. It's over here by the big map on the wall. You got to interact with the computer terminal though.
Looks like they were still designing.
For some reason I investigated the map instead. So that's our first collectible in Chapter 4. Now we're going to get a locker key once again. You can see our location here on the map. Now this part's a little tricky. You're going to come down this tunnelway here. There's going to be, I forget what the enemy's called, a lament or something like that. You're going to have to come down here. And then I just kind of cut out a few minutes of me running around trying to be stealth. You can do 2 stealth attacks on him to kill him. So I'm doing the second one here. Now at the end of this path here, the path splits. There's a left path and a right path. The right path is towards your objective where you need to go. You need to go down the left path and we're going to find the locker key there. First, let me go ahead and kill that thing. There we go. So we're going to go down here. You're going to see a barrel on the right. In just a moment, it's going to come into view, a yellow barrel with the statue above it. So go ahead and break it open, take the key. Alright, so after you get out of the sewer area, you're going to climb up this ladder. Again, a yellow ladder. Like we couldn't figure it out if it was orange or any other color. Once you're up here, go to the computer. That'll get you file number 16. Last collectible in Chapter 4. See our location on the map. Towards the end, as we're making our escape, you can see the green residual memory on the map. It's because I was already close to it. You're going to come into this room. You're supposed to crawl through a vent right to the left as I'm passing it here. Instead, don't do that yet. Come all the way back here. You see the black shadow figures. By this point, I figured to run up before I take out my communicator. But there we go. Residual memory number 8 on the Chapter 5. So you're going to come to another safe house. In this safe house, as is all of them, there's a coffee pot. Make sure you're interacting with all of those. And then you're going to climb up yet another yellow ladder to exit the safe house. Now, before you go anywhere, go around the building, around the back. You're going to see another statue right here on the ground, so break that open. Take the key, and then there's a residual memory real close by. It's just over here to the left of where I'm at. Very close to the safe house. It's a gazebo. inside the gazebo is going to be another memory for you. Now after you grab this memory, you're going to head over to the Guardian. The Guardian's the first of 2 boss fights in this area. There are 2 trophies for this area. It's one for not killing the Guardian and one for killing the Guardian. Not killing it is a little bit it's not as obvious, but you do have to go around the left side of the building. Of course, I have a trophy guide on that, so you can watch that on the channel. But come up to this body, you're going to see it stuck in the barbed wire. Investigate. I don't know if you can miss this one either. Pick that up, and in just a moment, the boss fight, the Guardian, is going to come out. But that's a video for a different day. So after you've done that, there's 2 ways of coming into the City Hall. If you go in through the front door from killing the Guardian, head out from the reception and turn right, and then you're going to come back to this door over here, and you're going to see the file on the desk. If you go the back way, you're going to come up from the room adjacent to this. But either way, make sure you grab this file, regardless of which way you got into the building. Now a little bit later, up on the 2nd floor, you got this little puzzle where you had to put the objects on the mannequin, take the photo. Eventually, you're going to have access down the hallway. Look for the first lamp here on the left. I think it's the first one. There's a file right there on the desk. Hard to miss. And then a little bit later on, you're going to be forced to go into this office, so make sure you take the photo that's on the desk. It is number 20. It is also going to get you a trophy. That's for getting half of them. Of course, there's one for finding all 20 of them. All right, a little bit later on, you're going to come in this room here. We've got all these people frozen. So make your way until you find the set of white double doors just to the left of that. That's the exit of this room. But make sure you grab the file before you leave. All right, so next up, that's boss fight number 2 just happened in this room. You'll know it when it happens. So when you leave the room, we're going to have to make our way downstairs again. But first, come out here. You're going to see the duffel bag of parts there. Going through these double doors to the left, straight in front of us on the desk is a file. So make sure you grab that before you go downstairs. Speaking of going downstairs, now is a good time to do it. We're going to actually go back to the main hall. We were in this room previously, not in this video, but you were in this room if you're following along in your game. And you're going to see a new area that's opened up. It was previously blocked off. You couldn't access it, but you'll see the locker key here. It's really easy to see, but there's no reason to come into this room, so make sure you come in here before you exit. And that'll do it for Chapter 5. Chapter 6, Locker Key 14. You're going to see 12 and 13 were skipped. I went from 11 to 14. 12 and 13 were my shooting range locker keys. So in the numbering, it's now 14. So at the very beginning of this chapter, instead of going left when you go through that opening in the fence, come to the right, and you're going to look up. It's very hard to see, but you'll see it right above us. So we're going to have to shoot this statue in order to grab the key. That was fun. Now we're going to go to get our 4th slide. You see the location on the map. You're going to have this little kind of white goo. When you step in it, it kind of slows you down. But you want to find these stairs here. When you enter this next room, there's going to be a little kind of cutscene that happens. Some more narrative is going to be explained. So I'm going to cut that out. But before you leave, make sure you pick up that slide. You can't grab it until after that scene plays out. Alright, so now we're going to go make our way around. And you're going to see a mysterious object number 4. It's Fallout. You probably have an idea of what it is already. In this room here, this is the room where you kind of have to do battle as you're exiting out of the room. There's a creature. I'm not going to try to spoil it. I'm not trying to spoil anything, but there's the Fallout bobblehead. Which reminds me of my Fallout collectible guide, my bobblehead guide of it. And I thank all of you guys who watch it. 1 million plus people watch that one. File number 23, a little bit later on. We're going to continue down this way. You're going to see a door on the left with this little puzzle thing. I forget what this is called, analyzer or whatever it is. You got to match the waveforms. So match that up. Enter this room. And you find the file right on the desk. This is not far from I believe the safe house is around the corner. Speaking of safe house, once you get into it, drink coffee. And that trophy has nothing to do with the coffee. That's a story-related trophy. But after you drink the coffee, before you leave the safe house, go to this computer, read the email, and you will get file number 24. So, coffee number 5. Shortly after that, very quickly after that, you're going to be in another safe house. Another safe house means another coffee maker. So make sure you drink coffee. Now, from this safe house, after you drink the coffee, there is a residual memory. Make sure you're clearing and checking for parts. I think there was some red stuff nearby. But as you leave the safe house, there is another residual memory right in front of you. So go ahead and tune on that. And we will start Chapter 7. Chapter 7 starts immediately from this spot. So from the safe house, which is at the top of the map, we're kind of going towards the middle. You're going to see this credit union. And you're going to see just to the left of the front doors here, there's a statue. So we're going to have to shoot this one again. And here's a complete fail. Should never use a shotgun when a simple handgun bullet would do the trick. But nonetheless, I got it. We're going to find residual memory number 11 behind the credit union. And you're going to see a pile of bodies here. Now, I guess a little spoiler here. Be careful, you will be attacked by something quite powerful once you've done this memory. So that was memory number 11. All right, so now we're going to travel a little further south. We're actually going to be right by the diner. This diner is kind of critical to a lot of different points in this game. But outside the diner, you got these dumpsters back here. Look in the corner is another locker key. Now we're going to go inside the diner. The diner is going to house a few different things here. This is a residual memory number 12. This will also trigger the anima event, our second one. So once you're in the diner, go into the kitchen back here. Tune in this memory. Again, this triggers the event, the anima event, and which is I'm in right now. When you finally make your escape, all you do in these events is you can't kill anything, you have to evade. But once you make your way out, you'll be in the kitchen once again, and there's going to be a slide right there in the exact same spot. Alright, so now that's over. Let's go find locker key number 17. It's not inside the diner, it is on the diner outside. So make sure you loot the area, get all your stuff that you're looking to get, but eventually make your way outside. Look up. It's going to be in the sign of the building. You see it hiding right up there, so go, well, I should probably make sure I reload you should always reload your guns, by the way, when you're not in combat, just so when you are in combat, they're available. The more you know. Alright, so there you go. That's locker key number 17. We're going to find file number 25. This is just a little south and to the left. It's going to be in the Devil's Own tap room. So let's go in here. By the way, we're going to have to go back into the diner, into this tap room again at a later point. But make sure you pick up the Barkeep's Journal right there. It's number 25 in the back of the of that. Now we're going to go to an alleyway down here. Down here, you're going to see a pile of bodies. There's going to be a bunch of enemies here as well. I've cleared them all out. You see the pile of bodies, but if you look in the very top corner of this building, this brick building here in front of me, is the statue. You're going to have to, again, shoot. I had no handgun ammo, so I'm using pressure sniper rifle ammo. Such a shame. Such a waste. But go ahead, pick up the locker key. Using valuable ammo in exchange for trophies is always a good thing. Residual memory number 13. If you continue down that same alleyway, you're going to reach this blue fence. There is a memory here, so take out your communicator. Let's tune it in. Now there's also another mysterious object about 10 feet away. So let's go ahead, make sure we get the residual memory, and we're going to find a Doom Easter egg. So mysterious object number 5. It's going to be inside this dumpster in the corner. You're going to have to climb up into it first to take it. There you go. Nice little figure. By the way, all of the mysterious objects are on display in Sebastian's room, in his office. So you're going to find another safe house in the center of this area. So that means coffee maker number 6 is right here. All right, so now you should have the gates to the theater are now open. The barriers that were blocking the fence are now open. So come in this way, and along the back of this concrete wall in the grass, right in front of the blue car, is the locker key. And that'll do it for Chapter 7. We're going to go to Chapter 8, which is basically a boss chapter. But there are 2 things that you can get in here. First is a residual memory. So as you enter the Chapter 8 theater, you can see the popped up there, Chapter 8 on the screen. So right at the very beginning of the chapter, make your way up all those stairs. Just keep climbing stairs until you get to the very top. I cut a lot of it up because you can only walk the speed, which is a little obnoxious when they force you to walk. You get to the very back, right in front of that painting, you can tune in that memory. So that's number 14. The next one is going to be a locker key. It's kind of in this little twisted area where everything's broken apart. You're going to climb up here. You got to take cover from that eye. And when the coast is clear, I'm going to this little short wall here to my right. Get behind it for cover. And there's the statue. And the axe is a little overkill to break open a statue, don't you think? Not entirely sure why you can't just pick it up and slam it on the ground. But nonetheless, Chapter 9, you're going to get to this part where a bunch of jail cells are located. You're going to have to take the crank. You got to take the crank to open the big gate. But taking the crank also opens up all the cells that were previously locked. In one of those cells is the statue we're looking for. So we're going to make our way back out towards the center area where you got to eventually take the crank, which is going to be right here to my right as I'm, right here to the right. That's the center area. But we're going to go to the back row of cells here. Inside of this one is the statue. I took care to kill all of the things that were sleeping inside the cells, just so they wouldn't get in my way of my video here. So be careful of them. Alright, so now you can put the crank in there. Don't do it just yet. Before you open that gate, go over to the back right corner, or the front right corner, whatever you want to call it. There's a file over here. So make sure you get that. Now you can go ahead and open the gate. And you gotta spam the X button. That is one of my least favorite things in gaming, is the whole spamming of a button to open doors. Alright, so once you go down this hallway, second door to your right. Turn right, break in. Now you're gonna have to crouch in through a little cubby hole in the back. This will take us to a neighboring cell. Inside of here is residual memory number 15. Alright, next up in our collectible journey is going to be locker key number 22. This is where the puzzle is located. You got to spin those little dial on the balcony. There's 4 things that you can turn each of those dials. Well, in this room, look around the statues along the outside, and in one of them, one of these big statues is holding the little statue with the locker key. So you're going to have to shoot it out of its hand, grab the key. Now we're going to go and move on to Chapter 10. This is going to be a short chapter. You make a defense in this house right at the very beginning, and then eventually something breaks out of the wall that allows you access into a second part of this house. You got to look up there towards the attic to shoot the statue to grab the key. Now let's go. Oh, there's the map of Chapter 10 real quick. You see nothing really much to show you. Eventually, at the end of that, you're going to enter another safe house. This is going to introduce you to Chapter 11, as well as our 7th and final coffee pot. So go ahead, get the Caffeine Addict trophy, which is very appropriate for me because I drink a ton of coffee. See the map there. Alright, so once you drink the coffee in that same safe house, turn around, look for this desk, and grab file number 27. Now, I'm going to go through the mirror. I'm going to travel back to Sebastian's room. Before you continue on with Chapter 11, come back here to Sebastian's room, because now there's a slide right here that wasn't here before. So grab that slide. Don't know why it just suddenly appears there. at chapter 11, but it does. Then go back through your mirror and then continue on with the chapter 11. You're going to come up to this little fuse box puzzle. The answer is all the switches up. Spoilers. Now we're going to go through this door, and we're going to find a slide just to the left here.
Looks like Theodore's been
Very
here.
easy to find.
Maybe that's why I couldn't contact O'Neill. Hoffman's safe.
Chapter
house is
11's got
nearby.
quite a few collectibles in there. Not as many as chapter 3. Residual memory number 16. You can see the location here on the map. I'm very close to the safe house. In fact, I'm entering a safe house. We've been in this safe house before. So drink coffee if you want, if you need health. Otherwise, you don't have to worry about that. Inside of here are two things we're going to do. First, go up to the residual memory, whip out your communicator, and hold it. Tune it in. Listen to that if you want. Now, in this same exact room, go to the computer in the center of the room. We couldn't access this previously because there was an NPC blocking our access to it. All right, so a little bit later on, not too much further, we are going to enter an elevator. And I'm pretty sure this is disguising a loading scene. So I'm just going to cut to the end here because it is obnoxiously long, as they typically are in video games. Go through the metal detector checkpoint here. Go through the first door on the left. Inside of here, you'll see the mirror. We don't need to go back, but we do need to look at the computer. All right, residual memory number 17. You're going to eventually come into this lab. You're going to automatically be given this memory. Nothing you can do. You don't even need to take your communicator out. So bam, that was a free one for you. You're welcome. Now in this same room, there's a lot of things we're going to do centered around this area here. So from this location, let's go ahead and show you the map there. There's where the lab is. Turn left. Go in through this area. Look straight up. On top of that light, it's very well hidden, shadowy kind of looking. You're going to have to shoot the statue to bring down the key. Now, there's also a file. So from this location, just go around the curtain here to the right. And you'll see it right here. It's glowing for you. We're going to take that. Thank you very much. Now we're going to take this and go to the opposite side of the room. So from that spot, travel back. There's the door to the left of that red door. We had that memory. Go ahead and pick up that bottle. I can't have too many bottles. I feel like I'm playing The Last of Us. No, I'm not making that mistake. All right, go in lab number 1. Go in through the next set of doors here. There's some red gel to my right. There's also a file. So I'm going to grab the file. I'm only showing you files. I'm not showing you all the other accessory stuff. But from that red door where we got the memory, right behind you, you're going to see a electrical panel. You need to shoot a shock bolt into that. So craft one or go back to the mirror and craft one if you like. But inside of here, travel straight ahead. Keep going. And we're going to find file number 32. This also triggers the third anima event. So if you've gotten all 3 of them at this point, awesome, because then you're not locked out of anything. There's 2 files that you will be locked out of. One of which is file number 33. So this is inside the anima event. As you're making your way out, you're going to see a room here to the left and one to the right. Inside each of them is going to be a file. If you did not complete the 3 anima or the 2 previous anima events, one in chapter 3, one in chapter 7, you're not going to be able to get this file. It will not be here. I'm sorry, you're locked out of that. And since all these collectibles are missable, you'll have to start a new game. It sucks. However, you should be making manual saves, new save spots every chapter or 2. So go to the second room, file number 34. So file 33, 34 is inside the anima event. Now, once you get out of that event, you will now have a revolver. Again, dependent on whether or not you completed all 3 events. But there's the finally free trophy for doing that. So now there's a slide right in front of us. So when you interacted with that computer, you got a collectible. You got 2 collectibles inside the event, and when you come out in the same spot, the slide, which is where the that collectible was. So now we're leaving. We're going back out to that main room where the red door was. And then we're going to go up to the second level. We're going to go inside lab number 2. I'm sorry. Lab number 2. There's actually a really nice upgrade in here, so make sure you grab that as well. But I'm showing you the residual memory, number 18. So tune that in. Now we're going to make our way to lab number 3, I believe. Here it is. This is, again, still on the second floor. So going inside of here, this is part of the main story path. Go inside of this room. There's going to be a monitor you can interact with in the back left corner here.
If they haven't removed this guy's chip yet.
Alright, so now you're going to go and do the boss fight. After you kill him, make sure you grab his flamethrower. And the broken flamethrower, you have to fix it. You'll get a trophy, of course, for defeating it. Part of the story. Now you have to go in through lab number 4. Inside lab number 4, another shadowy figures. Go ahead and we're going to tune this in. You're not going to miss that. It's right in front of your face. You can't. I hope you don't miss it. You got bigger issues if you did. All right, so at the very end of chapter 11, you're going. I'm trying not to spoil anything, but before you talk to her, come behind this device, this machine, and break open the statue and take the key. Again, you have to do it before you talk to the girl. So now we're in the bottomless pit, chapter 12. After you've gone through the first section and then you opened up a big gate and you're in now this second section. Looks just like the first one. You're going to see this somewhere in the middle of the area is where I would guess, this big flaming display here, this shrine. I don't know what's going on, but there's a file. Make sure you pick that up before you get to the door. If you find a door, see a door, you've gone too far. Now we're going to kind of teleport in a little dreamy sequence here, I guess, if you will. And you're going to wake up in a bedroom. Exit the bedroom. Go straight across the hall here. And you see a room here, Lily, it says on the door. Just to the left is going to be our 9th slide.
Just the way it used to be. The way I wish it had stayed.
Eventually you'll get the prompt. There we go. So pick up that slide. Now, from this spot, we're just going to go and get mysterious object number 6. It's the Elder Scrolls Easter egg. A series I have never played, by the way. So we're going to come out, go through this door. It's going to be just to the left-hand side. There is also another trophy here for interacting with specific objects to have conversation with. I'll have a separate guide for that, of course. But there was a mysterious object number 6. Now, let's go to chapter 13. We're back at a safe house we had been at previously. However, things are a little different. As soon as we get back out here, this is where chapter 7 started. There is now a locker key right here. So go ahead and pick that up. Now we're going to head back down to the diner once again. Inside this diner, we're going to go into the bathroom. It's far more dangerous in this town, by the way, than it was the first time we were here. So be careful. We'll go inside the bathroom, inside the diner. Shoot the statue. Take the key. You know the drill by now. Now we're going to go just a little bit down the street outside the diner. We're going to find this one in the middle of the intersection here, right above the traffic light. See the pole there? I used a silenced pistol because I'm trying to grab this without anyone seeing me. Which, by the way, didn't work, so I'm going to do what I do best. Grab the item and run. That locker key number 28. Locker key number 29. We're back at the tap room again. The bar. So we're going to go back in here. Told you we'd be back here again. Go in through the back door, and we're going to find another statue. It's going to be to the right-hand side. Alright, so next up, we're kind of near the safe house. And there's going to be another statue. Watch out, there's a powerful foe around here. So be careful. But there's a statue and grab the key. Now, I want to make a note here. There's a side quest that you must do before you progress the story, the main story. So make sure you do the side quest. If you don't do the side quest, you're going to lock yourself out of that trophy for doing the side quest, as well as a couple of the collectibles. I'll show you the point of no return in just a moment. Alright, so next up, we got a stronghold right here. This is where the point of no return is. This is a prey Easter egg, by the way. This is the mysterious object number 7. You're going to see a lady, I'm not going to mention any names. You need to talk to her to progress the main story path. Do not talk to her at all costs. It's very important, imperative that you heed my words. In fact, you don't even have to get these collectibles in here, but I wanted to make it a point of emphasis to make sure you do not talk to her. You see here, I paused it. Do not talk to her until you've completed the side quest and gotten all the collectibles in Chapter 13. But you can go through this bag and you can grab file number 37. So I'm not talking to her yet. I'm going back doing the side quest. I'm in the safe house. I'm interacting with this computer, and I'm teleporting into a new area. Here's the end of the side quest. If you probably have no idea what's going on here, which is good. I'm trying to keep you guys oblivious to any major plot points. I don't like putting spoilers in videos if I can avoid it. Alright, so once he's gone, you're going to complete the last step side mission. Of course, get the Sykes Out trophy. Inside the room where he was in the bath, grab the slide. There's also a shotgun in here, by the way. It's a double-barreled shotgun. Alright, so now we're going to go back to Sykes' safe house. And there is collectible number 38. It's where he used to be sitting. We can grab the file. So again, you got to make sure you do that before you talk to that woman in the hotel. So now I'm heading back into the mirror. I'm going back into Sebastian's room. Because why? I got 10 slides. I'm going to get slide number 11 now. And you do that by interacting with the projector. You have to make sure you talk to on all of them. Do all the dialogue things for all 10 of them. You'll get number 11 afterwards when you see the cat. The cat's now going to lead you this way. Sit in the chair. You're going to have some dialogue, some conversation down here, and eventually come back out to the wheelchair where the slide is located. So you get all 10 slides. You listen to all the conversation. Then you'll get a slide number 11. But you still have to come back and listen to it. So you have to put it in the machine, talk to Kidman. This is how you get the trophy. After you get all 11 slides, which is not enough to get the trophy, you have to listen to all the conversation. And there you go, chatting with Kidman. Alright, so, chapter 14. This is right in front of you. It's right on top of an altar. Hopefully you don't miss this one. That's file number 39. We're getting down to the end, guys. Locker key number 31. This is kind of a big open area. There's a lot of people that are going to try to kill you here. Some big powerful people. And you'll see these flames here. The blue and orange flames. Coming down this path here. Inside this little cart is the statue. I tried and unsuccessfully whacking my sword or my axe at it. Got to shoot it. Take the key. Now from that point, you're going to have to come down into this hallway. You got to turn that valve to shut off the flames. Then you're going to go up some stairs. This is after you've gone up some winding stairs already. So we're going to come up and we're going to find the landing. There's also some more stairs going up. That's the path that you're supposed to go. Before you go up those stairs, coming through this door on this landing, there is file number 40. This is our final file. You'll instantly get the trophy. Diligent reader, there you go. You're welcome. Now our final locker key. You're going to come into this room. You're going to grab this little lever here. It's going to lock you in with some enemies. After you defeat them all, that gate will open up and you can go up those stairs. Before you do that, look way up here. Kind of hard to see, but way up there is the statue. You got to shoot it. I don't know if you can see it. Trust me, it'll be there. You'll see it better on in your home. So that's locker key number 32. We're not going to get the trophy yet. We're going to finish the chapter. Residual memory number 20. When you get to this room, you'll recognize it. It's pretty distinctive. You're going to see this big pit in the center. We have to go down the yellow ladder on the far side over here. I don't know why I have the communicator out. That is not helping me. We got to climb down the yellow ladder first. Sometimes I do things that I just no idea. Once we're down into this nice, lovely, bloody pit, you're gonna find residual memory number 20. So now I'm gonna finish that chapter. I'm gonna go take the mirror back to Sebastian's room and go to the wheelchair and open all the lockers. You gotta open all 32 lockers with all 32 keys, then you will earn the locksmith trophy. So chapter 16, there's nothing in chapter 15. Very, very simple to find 4 memories, or last 4 memories. You're probably not gonna miss them, but you're gonna come up here to the left-hand side as you're progressing forward. Then you're gonna see these tall stone things out of the ground. This is gonna be where our next residual memory is located.
Let's go, Myra. It's time.
We are gonna find another residual memory just ahead.
There she is. Quickly, Theodore, let's...
Right there before you get to Sebastian's room. You don't have to go in that room. We're gonna have to actually go past it to get to the final memory, which we'll see up on the base of this tree.
Run, Lily. Hide. I'll find you.
So that'll do it for all the residual memories. After that plays out, each one of them's about 30 seconds. You got the Echoes with STEM trophy. Congratulations. But there's one more collectible, so mysterious object number 8, the final one. It's the Evil Within Easter egg. Can't really be an Easter egg if it's from the same franchise, can it? Nonetheless, down here, you'll recognize this little guy, mysterious toy. That is all of the collectibles, all the mysterious objects, and all the coffee pots. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe.